We're talking about players who consistently got injured. If they didn't get injured, where would they rank in the history books?
Hypotheticals. We're doing hypotheticals today.
Personally, this kind of stemmed off, right? Yeah. I saw Bale quote. No, it's not even quote. He's not quoting anybody. I saw that Bale was interviewed. Some Donnie was interviewing him. And he went on to say, yeah, I was at my peak. I was with Messi and Ronaldo up there.
So it is a Bale quote.
No, but Bale wasn't quoting someone.
It's a Bale quote. He said the quote. So it's a Bale quote, yeah.
Anyway, bro. But he was talking about how he was up there with his best if he didn't have any injuries, this and that. I started deep in it.
I mean, that's a lie, but...
Hold on. That's not a lie. He's got the trophies. He's got the eye test. He's got everything you need except consistency.
Regardless of injuries, he would not have been that consistent.
Yes, he would.
15-year consistency, that's like alien-like. And even players that stay fit don't do that. So Bale is talking shit.
Well, hold on.
Respect it.
Hold on. How many years at the top was he playing?
At the top?
Yeah.
I would say
it
like
starts
it
starts at the black and gray Spurs jersey.
I think like 2010, yeah.
Okay. Ends his career 20.
He was kind of
22.
He was getting phased 22. Yeah, ends his career, but he wasn't good.
What do you mean?
Past
he literally
17, 18, he wasn't good. So.
See, this is how I know you're just a casual.
I'm casual.
2022 is when he took Wales to their first World Cup in 58 years.
No, Wales is a different story.
No, but he scored crucial goals in qualification.
Wales is a different story.
No, but
I'm talking about
contextual.
I'm talking about consistent performances.
You just said he was washed.
Good seasons. Yeah, he was washed, but when he put the Wales shirt on, it was different.
So he's not washed.
He was washed. After
no,
2017, 2018, he was already getting phased out of the Madrid squad.
No, but that's because he kind of checked out.
Yeah.
So like when
that's
when he sat up on his chair, started playing the video game, he was not washed. So 2022, I'd say.
Oh my God.
So 12-year span. That's pretty sizable amount of games in order to be at the top. All right. Mm-hmm. And so I was deep in it, and I was like, you know what? He might be onto something. He missed quite a lot of games, yeah. Mm-hmm. And not only that, his game relied on athleticism. Pace, strength, his height.
Did he shrink?
No. The height in which he jumps, mate.
Yeah.
The height in which he jumps.
Facts.
Because he scored a lot of Toni Kroos to Gareth Bale. This is what Saka and Gabriel are doing. They've been done that. All right. So if you kind of deep it, yeah. I'm looking at I've got his injuries here, yeah. Back problems, muscle problems, ankle sprains. Bunch of injuries that absolutely destroy athleticism.
Okay, what are we saying here?
And it's not even a couple days. It's 58 days, 28 days. Yeah, multiple games. He can't get the rhythm. If he had the health like a Messi, like a Ronaldo, which those two, fair play, they never really got injured. Yeah, I think it's fair. I would go on and to say top 10 all time.
Top 10. Bale
top 10 all time, yeah.
I
don't think that's far.
Name your top 10 of all time, and then I'll see.
Well, that's crazy.
How's that crazy?
Because that's a lot of people.
Well, if you're saying that he could have been top 10 all time, then you probably have a top 10 in mind that he would have fit into, right?
He'd be like maybe 9th or 10th, yeah, 8th. Like you think of the accolades, mate. He's won 5 Champions Leagues. He won the La Liga. He won PFA Player of the Year with Wales. Quarterfinals 2016 Euros. Probably, arguably, he got top 6 that year in Ballon d'Or. Arguably one of the best footballers on the earth.
Yeah, sure. But top 10 of all time, bro. Like, think about that.
The eye test, yeah.
Think about that. You think how many, like, bro, that's not...
You're gonna sit here and tell me, when you were watching Gareth Bale, orange Madrid jersey, you weren't saying, this brother is different.
Of course.
Okay.
It was Bale in his prime.
Now imagine that longevity, never got injured. Actually fulfilled the replacement of Ronaldo that Madrid wanted him to do.
Yeah, but I'm thinking top 10 all time, bro.
Yes.
Like I can name 10 players easily that even without injuries are better than him.
Without injuries that are better than him?
Yes. So it's like that's a mad statement.
Well, I would argue top 10 players besides maybe Ronaldo R9 didn't really have a lot of have injury history.
That's I don't know, maybe. I can't,
because that's part of the game. Like you need to have the longevity.
No, that's facts. That's the most important.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know. Top 10.
That's where you're ranking him. That's where you're ranking Bale.
Top 10
without injuries.
Yeah.
top 10 of all time.
Mate, he passes everything. Stats, the eye test, the trophies, the longevity. I mean, he's got everything, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Let me know if that is that a crazy take. For me, that's a bit crazy.
No, that's not.
For me, that's a bit crazy. For me, okay, let's go to another player who had mad injuries, stunted. Jack Wilshere, okay? Wilshere, okay?
Okay.
18 injuries in his career.
Rough. Started off his career crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Came onto the scene like 2009, 2010-ish. Was what, like only 17 or 18.
I think he was 16.
Bursted onto the scene, was gonna be the I love that saying. But he was supposed to be the next English prodigy in the Premier League, right?
Yes.
He had basically 2 seasons with the first team, breakout seasons. Next season, 11-12, ankle sprain and injury, which murked him.
Next season, yeah.
Yeah, and he had a fracture and a knee surgery in that same season. 11-12, bro. And at that point, you're only 19. He was out, bro. He was out for 19 months.
That's mad,
at 19, bro. After you've had a breakout season. And that was his main injury of his career was that ankle fracture at 19, bro. He said it himself.
Okay.
He missed 319 games in his career.
That's mad.
He was out for 1,470 days in total, which makes
300 games.
Bro,
that's a whole career.
literally.
That's insane.
He's the 4th most injured player in the 21st
History?
century.
Sheesh.
21st century in modern football. And he was
that I didn't know.
He was done at 30, retired at 30, right? And after that first surgery, that one that he had at 19, the doctor apparently in the surgery notes said that might not be able to play again, might not be able to walk again, bro.
Wait, what was the surgery again?
So he had some type of ankle fracture, and it was like
destroyed his ankle.
Rare.
Was it on the
injury.
pitch?
I don't know actually if it happened on the pitch. Probably at training or something.
Yeah, that's crazy,
And I'm just thinking, like, him at that point, bursting onto the scene, Premier League, young English talent. Like, think about the 2000s English midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. Think about right now, we got Bellingham, Foden. Jack Wilshere was supposed to be that guy the 2010s. And at that point, there was a big change in the Premier League. Technical players coming in. You had David Silva.
Yeah, he did miss that.
Yeah, David Silva coming into
Kinda.
Yeah, pretty much. You had David Silva coming into the league in that same era. Everyone was saying, yo, he's too small. What's he going to do in this league? And then he dominated it for 10 years. Jack Wilshere
dominated is crazy.
He did. I mean, he did.
And
Jack Wilshere was going to be that same mold that was in that transition period of the Premier League. He was going to dominate, bro. And think about it. He's only 31 now. He retired last year at 30. He could still be right now in the Arsenal setup with Arteta.
Okay.
Think about why not?
In the team.
He's only 31.
Oh, you're saying without injury?
Duh. What do you mean?
I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought you were talking about like he's still quality now.
No, bro. He's done out. He's been done out for more than
okay. So you're saying he would have been the senior captain? Yeah, exactly. 31.
Exactly. Like without the injuries, if he stayed fit and fulfilled his potential, he could still be in the Arsenal setup now, challenging for titles. Rice, Wilshere, Odegaard midfield. Like, think about that. He would be captain for sure. Like,
okay, but the thing is about it, yeah. Did he have enough of a career before that breaking surgery for us to be like he could have gone on to do this?
No, obviously not. There was complete unfulfilled potential. We don't know what would have happened. But I'm saying with what the player he was at that time. And what he could have done over this decade, I think he would have been a top 10 Premier League midfielder of all time.
Whoa,
that's where I would have ranked him.
That's a crazy one.
A top 10 Premier League midfielder of all time, bro. I think he would be challenging for that 9-10 spot. And
top 10 English midfielder of all time.
And he probably has the best Premier League goal of all time too. That tiki-taka against Norwich, is still one of my favorite goals.
Is that his goal though?
It is his goal. Of course it's his goal. What do you mean?
It was more of a team goal. That was
still
nice,
his goal. Okay,
like,
yeah, sure. But it's still his goal, and he was a part of the play. Like
Jack Wilshere, top 10 of all time.
Yes, bro. And I have my list. Unlike you, who
okay, let's hear your list.
Names to just says a mad claim.
First of all,
who just says a mad claim. Like, I have my list. I'm in no order. I'm not gonna do a debate in order right now. But Gerrard, KDB, David Silva, Keane, Vieira, Lampard, Scholes. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Well, who else?
His list.
Yeah, I mean, it's off the dome, but
okay.
Fabregas, right? Maybe Kante. And then
Conte for sure.
Wilshere would be challenging for that last 9 or 10 spot, bro. And I think he would have competed, bro. I think he would have been that type of player. He would have been a staple in the Premier League, stable for England over the last decade. And the injuries killed him, bro. He was that talented at that age.
Yeah, I mean, streets always talk about that Barca game, bro. Champions League when he dominated Iniesta and Xavi in the prime.
True.
It's tough. It's genuinely heartbreaking when you hear like a youngster like that just getting smoked. Like we see it all too often.
It's tough.
I do want to talk about another Englishman.
Okay, who are you saying?
Daniel Sturridge, yeah.
Oh my days.
Daniel Sturridge. I remember, so this was what? 2013, 2014 was his peak.
That season.
Streets are saying that's his peak.
SSS.
I was a mere little lad at that point, yeah. Streets were saying this guy was the next big thing.
He was, bro.
22 goals, 9 assists in 21 games.
Nah, he was mad.
He would have been the cover boy of the Premier League if it wasn't for Luis Suarez, who was his striking partner.
Yeah.
If you kind of deep that, yeah, they did not win the league, ladies and gentlemen, in 2013, 2014.
Gerrard.
And they had the 2 best strikers. Chill. Respect Gerrard.
Nah,
mate.
but he slipped in it.
Yeah, nah, that's mad. But still, he was kind of like El Shaarawy in that sense. When we won the league 11-12, El Shaarawy was the second fiddle to Ibrahimovic in that year. Breakout season. We thought he was the next big thing. And then, of course, you know, that's another play we could have talked about. El Shaarawy, injury prone. Daniel Sturridge, again, kind of similar to Gareth Bale. He relied on his athleticism, his speed, his quickness inside, you know, getting behind the defender was his bread and butter. Mm-hmm. He wasn't necessarily a technical striker like a Luis Suarez, I think. And the fact that he got hamstring problems, his ankle problems, as well as I think it was like either thigh or maybe a little bit of calf. Like that's going to destroy your athleticism. And he just was never the same after that. He missed 152 games, not nearly as much as Jack Wilshere, but that's a sizable amount for you to kind of, you know, get put to the side and kind of just have a lot of doubts on the confidence.
Because it wasn't even about the games that he missed. It was just about the player he became after those injuries. He never got back to that level.
Yeah, he kind of was just like, because there is something to once you get injured, you start thinking like after you're so far away from footy and that's all you do, you kind of do other stuff with that lavish lifestyle. You know, things start to get a lot more interesting, more than football.
Damn,
more than football. You know, the partying, the lifestyle. Like, who knows what could really happen with someone who's missed so many games, bro.
All right, so if injuries didn't exist, where would this brother rank?
Definitely not in all-time greats, right? Because
you think so?
He wouldn't have been, I don't think. But he was the player that was supposed to take the throne of, you know, Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez, like them type of ballers. He's obviously a kind of like a cult footballer already, so we can't really say that. He was next up in terms of the striker, the main man in the 2010s. It's not even a rogue shout because it's like he should have fulfilled this potential. Like he would have been like a top 5 21st century striker.
Top 5
in the Prem.
20 Oh, in the Prem?
Yeah.
21st century?
Yeah. So 2000s to now.
Top 5.
Top 5.
So what were you saying? What's the top 5 looking like?
Well, it's got to be based on longevity. So I don't think Luis Suarez could necessarily be top 5, right? So Aguero, of course.
Yeah.
Daniel Sturridge.
Okay.
In no particular order, of course. You probably have to put... Would you put Haaland? Is it too early?
Too early. Yeah.
Would you actually say too early?
Yeah, there's better
But
strikers.
he broke the record.
Sure, but there's better strikers.
Harry Kane for sure.
Yeah.
So that's 3 already solidified.
Alan Shearer, Henry as well.
Yeah.
Have to go in.
Okay. And then who else?
I mean, there's Bear.
Okay. But
Dwight York, Jamie Vardy, Andy Cole.
to be fair, I wasn't watching then, but I would argue the hype on Sturridge.
Yeah, I think the hype. Yeah, I think
The hype
Sturridge
on
could have surpassed
Sturridge.
some of those guys.
The hype on Sturridge. And not only that, like Dwight York and them men, they had to compete with other people in their primes. It was wide open for Daniel Sturridge. There was not a lot of
That's
strikers
true.
when he was playing.
That's true. It would have just been like Harry Kane, Vardy, Aguero.
Yeah, Vardy, mate. Like, come on, mate.
What do you mean? Respect Vardy? Respect Vardy?
Okay, I get it, but
What?
like in terms of names, bro, come on now.
Nah.
Like at the end of the day, Sturridge, I say that's reasonable. That's not even a hot take, to be fair.
Okay.
21st century top 5? I don't know.
Staying in the Prem,
Okay. Let's hear it.
Paul Labile Pogba. Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Paul
Hold
Labile
on. Pump the
Pogba.
brakes here.
Yes.
Injuries. I'm trying to think here.
You don't need to think. You don't need to think. You don't need to think because I got it right here, bro. 23 injuries in his career. 23 is more than Wilshere. 5 more than Wilshere.
Okay.
Obviously, more small ones that piled up. He missed 189 games in his career. 1,083 days, bro.
183 games.
Yes, and
more than Daniel Sturridge.
The injuries didn't actually start until like later in his Man United tenure. Okay, so like
really?
1920, he had an ankle injury and a surgery, out for 288 days. Hamstring injury the next season, out for 122 days. Hamstring and groin injury in 22-23, out for the whole year, 364 days, which is later in his career, right? Okay, I get that, but I think a lot of it is down to the bad career decision that he made of going back to United.
How does that reflect on his physical injuries?
Hold on. Like, think about it. Juve, Golden Boy 2013.
Yeah.
World Cup 2014, Young Player of the Tournament. 2015, World XI. Was the most expensive player in 2016. Mm-hmm. Then at United, we all know what happened. Just didn't work out.
Because of what?
Fans toxic. The club wasn't going in the right direction. It was terrible transfer recruitment, terrible managers.
So you're telling me lights were too bright?
No, I'm not saying that. The injury started later on his Man United tenure, but I think that's because he just fell out of love with the game during that time. During that time at United, fans weren't on his side, pundits weren't on his side, media was never on his side. Probably started to affect his mental. The injury starts to pile up because you're not working as hard. You're starting to care less, and you're not taking care of your body.
Yeah, you say all that, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have players like Pulisic, who did the reverse. Started the Prem, hella injuries. Went Serie A, he did get injured recently, but almost no type of injuries since.
But that's what I'm saying.
So is it more so are certain players just not cut out for the Prem?
That's potential. That's definitely a potential. And I think that's what I'm saying. The bad career decision of going back to United. I get it. He had unfinished business at United. He wanted to go back, prove himself. He did that. But after the first couple years of it not working out, he should have been known. He should have known, all right, it's time to leave, bro. It's time to leave. He stayed there way too long. Yeah, he had his best season, 18-19, and then the injury started after that. I don't really understand why. Think about it, bro. If he had stayed at Juve maybe, or if he had even gone to like a La Liga, Real Madrid, Barcelona, he would have dominated that league. Technically, he was good enough. Physically, he would have dominated. Or if he even just went to City, where she was linked to after Juve, and played in a Pep system where he wasn't going to be the main guy, pressure wasn't going to be fully on him, it would have been completely different. So the injury started coming later on, bro, and it ruined him. It ruined his potential. He could have had longevity. He didn't have that. And I think if he did, he would have been a top 10 midfielder of all time, bro.
Okay, I don't know, mate.
What do you mean?
I don't know, because when he was playing, right? So let's take it back to the Gareth Bale.
Okay.
When Gareth Bale was playing consistently, he wasn't really having bad games. He was actually the main man. He was very threatening. When Paul Pogba was actually playing a little bit consistently, at least for Man United, because in France he was definitely putting on like man of the match performances. I would say when he was fit and healthy, he wasn't necessarily putting on those type of performances.
Okay, I hear that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's down to injuries as well as his career decisions. It's not
okay,
fully
so
down to
you're
injuries.
just changing up the whole.
I'm not changing it up, because if injuries didn't exist and he had made his move, because he had his best season, he had his best season at United, 18-19.
Okay.
And the injury started the year after. Say he was like, all right, had my best season at United, job's done, I did my thing here, let me leave now. And he left after that season, and he could have continued. He could have continued at having those good seasons after that somewhere else, but he stayed, and then the injury started. So deep. Yeah.
But okay, don't say yeah, because this is just full of holes I can get into here. Because you're saying his career before 18-19 was top 10 worthy. Because you're saying there's no injuries between that time period of Juve.
No, there was not no injuries. He was still having small injuries. It just wasn't
impactful,
as serious.
Okay, so you're saying in that time period he's a top 10 midfielder of all time?
He could have still fulfilled that. Yes.
Really, you believe that?
He could have still fulfilled that, yes. If after 18-19 he left and over the last 4 years continued to play at the top level, yes, why not? You know how much you can achieve in 4 years if you're continuing to work hard and play on a good team and perform? Come on, bro. 100%.
Top 10 is a
of
bit
all time.
Nuts, mate.
Midfielder, yeah? Midfielder.
Top 10 midfielder is a bit nuts.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think he did enough in that time frame between Juve and 18-19 for him to justify that.
Juve, 2013, 2014, up until 2016. That's already 3-4 years. And then he had 2017, 2019. He had a good spell at United. So it's already 5 years.
But he wasn't world class at Juve.
He was getting there.
Would you say he's world class at Juve?
He was performing at a world class level, but he still needed to prove himself for longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's why he went to United.
Okay.
And then Streets would say kind of flopped at United.
He did flop.
Okay, so you're just proving my point. So how can you be a flop at United in the pivotal years of his career and then still fulfill?
Mate, you can't just because you're a flop at one club doesn't mean you can't leave that club and then do well somewhere else, which he could have done.
You can do well.
Which he could have done.
You can do well, but top 10?
Which he could have done, yeah.
You can't flop as a top 10.
That's not true. What, you think every top 10 player of all time was great at every single club they played for? That's not how it works.
No. But in their pivotal years?
What's pivotal years? What does that mean?
When he's like 25 to 31?
Mate, he's
like 33?
I mean, it doesn't matter what age you do it at. Modric's best years were 30 to 37. So what are we doing here? It doesn't matter what age you do it at. Just do it. Long day.
Fairs. I don't know. That's a bit crazy for me.
Nah.
That's a bit
Let
crazy
me know.
for me.
Is that crazy? Pogba, top 10 midfielder of all time without injuries. Without injuries, yeah? If injuries didn't exist.
I don't know, blood. Maybe, United definitely stained that for me, if I'm honest. But we can talk about another Donny. This is the saddest one. For me personally, as a Brazilian, it's Neymar Jr.
Okay.
237 games missed.
Sheesh.
We started at his early career, yeah. Won 6 titles with Santos, breakout, Puskás winner, won Copa Libertadores as well as a 16, 17-year-old, bursting onto the scene, as Sammy says, with Barcelona, living up to expectations that, Xavi and Iniesta's declining a little bit. MSN is starting to rise. He's playing third fiddle, of course.
Yeah.
Here and there. Wins the Champions League with Barca, right?
Yeah.
2012, 2013?
No. You got your timeline wrong, broski. It was that's a 2015 Champions League.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow, okay. So 2013, 2014 is when his injuries actually start to pile on. He finally moves to Europe. Obviously, there's a big transition in terms of body from South American footy to Europe. But not only that, it all starts with the 14 World Cup back injury.
Oh my
Destroys his vertebrae.
Zuniga.
Streets are saying there's a bounty for his head still, mate.
Dude, I will never forget that guy, bro. That was scary.
Not only, first of all, Brazil had a woeful team. But not only that, he had 4 goals, 1 assist in 5 games. So we were heavily relying on Neymar, yeah?
Yeah.
It was in Brazil as well. So he was playing Superman, bro.
He
was having an all-timer performance.
Yeah.
And this rat of a Colombian Donny comes and breaks Donny's back.
Dude,
literally breaks his back.
That's crazy. I remember seeing reports at the time. It was like if Zuniga had hit him like an inch lower, it could have
paralyzed him.
Yeah.
And then we went on, and then the rest is history with Brazil. We can close that.
The team capitulated.
We can close the book on that.
7-1.
We do not have to talk about it. We do not have to. We're talking about Neymar here, not 7-1. So the fact that he did go on and win Champions League 2015 is a testament to what Neymar. It's different than Gareth Bale and Sturridge, yeah? Let me just speak on his injuries a little before I talk about why I think where he should have ranked without injuries. Consistently injured at PSG, I'd say.
Yeah.
No matter how many goals and assists he'd put up for PSG, the ankle was shot, mate.
Could never.
The ankle was just completely shot. Consistently out for a week, out for 2 weeks. It was small, but it was in small amount of time, but it was definitely impactful.
Now, he had some long ones too.
Yeah, and then up until a point where I think he had a complete reconstruction of his ankle, and then the inevitable, hamstring injury, I think. And then after that, the ACL, the gaining of weight, chalked. Basically chalked.
Done out.
He could have been, the star boy, Ballon d'Or winner. But then, I personally think that reason why we are not seeing him to the potential is because of the injuries, bro.
Right.
Bale and Sturridge, yeah. relied on his athleticism, on their athleticism. Neymar, not so much. When he came back from injury, he literally kind of like almost immediately went back to himself. You couldn't tell after his injury he was injured. Like his skill, the way that he played, his skills were still there. His IQ is off the charts, obviously. He played the game in slow motion. So it's not like he lost a step. It's just he just lost the games. He missed 237 games that he could have stat padded a lot more. Not only that, he lost out on very important games. Round of 16 in 2017-18, did not play against Madrid, gets knocked out PSG. 2018-19, both legs of the United, Ollie at the wheel, this and that, did not play, gets knocked out.
Remember him on the sidelines?
Yeah, he had crutches on as well, I think.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
22-23, did not play against Bayern Munich second leg, knocked out. We talked about the final of Copa America, knocked out. Brazil, World Cup 2014, knocked out because he's not playing. If he was fit, one could argue he's obviously a difference maker. Mm-hmm. One could argue PSG maybe beats Madrid. PSG maybe squeak out a win against United. Simply put, I mean, like if he wins those games,
what happens?
Top 5 all time.
Top 5 all time. Who would be your top 5 all time?
Top 5 all time. Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar for sure. I'd probably put him top 3. He would have won a Ballon d'Or in that. I'd probably go Pele, Maradona.
No, Zidane gets
no
in.
Zidane.
Zidane
No
gets
Zidane.
in.
Zidane's not getting in.
Zidane gets
I'm sorry,
in.
Zidane gets
so,
in. Nope.
No, unless you have space for Zidane there, Neymar does not get in. But I hear it though. He should have had twice the career at least without the injuries.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
100%.
237 games is a whole nother career.
That's mad.
So I mean,
all timer for sure. Let me know. Is Neymar top 5 all time if injuries didn't exist?
Let us know.
Last one, Vincent Kompany.
Whoa, rogue shout, a center back, yeah.
Kompany, yeah. Deep this, 31 injuries in his career. 31. Mind, Wilshere had 18.
Okay, but how many days? How many games?
I got you. Games missed, 223.
Okay, fair.
Days missed, 1,419. Makes him the 5th most injured player in the 21st century.
Okay.
Madness.
I do remember him not being there a lot.
Yeah. And a lot of that time out was during the Pep era, bro. During the best City team he was a part of. During when he was playing his best football. Calf problems started in 15-16, missed 161 days. 16-17, missed 225 days from groin problems. 17-18, missed 123 days from calf problems again. And then had more injuries later on when he was fizzling out. During that Pep era, playing his best football, winning the most trophies. If the Champions League happened while he was at City, staying fit, and he was playing his best football consistently, always in the team, yeah?
Yeah, tell me what you're going to say.
He would be the best center back in Premier League
Over
history.
VVD.
He would be the best center back in Premier League history. Over VVD, over Terry, over Rio.
Because of the accolades, okay, I hear it.
He was already in those conversations, bro, and he missed that much footy. Like, think about it. If he had stayed fit, if he had even played half the games he missed, I think he would have been a for sure. He won City multiple titles. Maybe Belgium would have played better in big tournaments if he was always fit, constantly playing. 100%, bro. Vinny Kompany, underrated how much time he missed, how many games he missed, how many injuries he had. People don't talk about it that often, bro. And VVD, yeah, VVD had an ACL. Terry, Rio had their injuries as well, but this is different level. This is different level, bro. So yeah, let me know. Is Kompany, without injuries, if he didn't exist, is he the best center back in Premier League history? I think so. Maybe
not a bad shot.
Maybe he wouldn't because he played for City. Yeah, City doesn't really get the accolades they deserve, City players in general. But yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, I mean, those were 6 players that we thought was, deserved a little bit more if
injuries didn't
exist.
Let us know. Who's a player you wish didn't get any injuries, bro? Let me know. Hit the like button, comment, sub. Peace.